Hey everybody, Brandon Swanson here from MVP, and I am taking a look at my final conference, the SEC. We're going to take a look at the SEC conference tournament, the final conference that I'll look at. Ricky Widmer will cover the other four that I did not. And taking a look at this one, we're going to dive right in. So let's take a look at the bracket here in the SEC conference tournament. And we've got Mississippi State going up against LSU, and then Auburn, Mizzou. LSU and Missouri have combined for 17 wins on the season. Those two teams are awful, and those two teams will lose. So Mississippi State and Auburn, the 12 and 11 respectively, will move on. So now let's go back up to the top of the bracket. We've got Georgia taking on Tennessee. The winner of this game will go on to take on Kentucky. And with Georgia, I think you got to look at J.J. Frazier. He is solid on this team, close to 20 points per game, 18.7, very close. He is the cog for that team. Georgia beats Tennessee. Georgia will take on the University of Kentucky. So moving on now. So we've got Mississippi State. They move on to play Alabama. Then Mississippi State, Alabama, the winner of that game, moves on to take on South Carolina. Mississippi State, Alabama, I'm going Alabama. Roll Tide. Roll the Tide. And they get the win there. They will take on South Carolina. Vandy and Texas A&M, I got to go Vanderbilt. They've been a fairly solid team in the SEC, more so than what Texas A&M has been able to do. Vandy will take on Florida. Florida team very high on. Then Auburn, who beat Missouri. Missouri, who had a 7-23 record. Ha, 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 terrible. Auburn goes to play Mississippi. Mississippi wins. They move on to play Arkansas. Arkansas team, I think, needs to have a strong tournament to be able to solidify themselves a spot in the tournament. So moving back up to the top. Moving back up to the top now of the bracket, we've got Georgia and Kentucky. Georgia will try and hang in there, and let me tell you, they will. They have before, but Georgia will not be able to do it. They will not have enough. Frazier will not bring enough. Kentucky will get the win. Then we've got Florida and South Carolina. Alabama, South Carolina. Florida on the brain. Alabama beat South Carolina 90-86 just a couple of weeks ago. Alabama is able to do it again. Alabama gets that win. They will move on to the semifinal round. They will take on Kentucky. Moving on down, we've got Vandy against Florida. I told you I already love Florida. Florida is going to get the win over Vanderbilt. 2 beats the 7. Florida moves on to the semifinals. Then Arkansas, Mississippi. Arkansas gets the win. They move on to take on the Gators. And back up to the top, 4 teams remaining. Kentucky, Alabama. Kentucky will beat Alabama and move on to the finals. Florida, Arkansas. I think we got a close game, but Florida gets the win. Florida moves on to take on the University of Kentucky, and this is a good game, folks. A very, very good game. But Florida has had Kentucky's number this season. The Florida Gators are able to beat the University of Kentucky, and the Florida Gators are once again your SEC conference champs. And they did it without Corey Brewer and Joakim Noah. Just saying. So that is going to wrap it up for me. Took a look at the SEC, the Big 12, the Big East, and the ACC. Took a look at all those conference tournament previews. So if you're looking at this one, this is the first one you've seen, oh, come on now, go on and look at the other ones. A lot of fun. And I think I give a pretty fair assessment of how things are going to go in the tournament. And folks, I am just so excited. This is one of the best times of the year outside of Christmas time, of course. This is a lot of fun. We love doing it. Ricky Widmer is on deck next because he's got the next 4 that I did not cover. Thanks so much, folks, for watching. But keep it right here on MVP because this is not a time of the year to go anywhere else. College basketball being covered all week long, all day long. This is what we bring to you. Keep it right here. This is MVP.